You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart. You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of
love. The face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
heart. You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
ruh خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the face of You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
روح خدایی.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the
Good morning, and welcome to Spiritual Life Center, a church that love is building.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Let us pray. The prophet Isaiah said, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you." Dear God, I call upon you this morning, and I ask you to show me how to allow your light that shines in me to express through me into every area of my life. Raise me, dear God, to perfect alignment with your will and your way. Gratefully, loving Spirit, I lean into this gift of life that you have provided, praying in the name and through the power and in the nature of the Christ Spirit that lives within me. Amen.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, one Spirit is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, one Spirit is in this very room, in this very room, in this very room.
In the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14 to 16, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others so that others may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. You who are the light of the world, let us join together as we pray, as we sing, as we give our hearts to God this morning. My mind is now open and my heart receptive. My mind is open to God's light and understanding. This light, it surrounds me and it enfolds me. It permeates every cell of my body. The understanding that I am a child of God is now coming alive, both in me and in my life. With it comes a feeling of uncertainty and that my destiny will always be secure. As the child of a perfect parent, and I am loved and cherished and cared for. My mistakes have never separated me from this love. Oh God, in this hour, I'm ready to set aside any feelings of despondency, despair, depression, or worry. These things have no place in my life, for I am your child unfolding, and I choose love. I choose faith. I choose to believe I am a miracle in the making. My heart is receptive to love, to happiness, to the peace that passes all understanding. And I take that feeling into my being in the silence, in the silence. I bring my focus back to this room, and as I do, I remain consciously aware that your nature in me, the Christ self in me, is pure and perfect, and it cannot fail. I believe in miracles. I believe in God in action all around me. Miracles are happening to me because I believe in them. I reach for them. I reach beyond myself, my smaller self, to the possibilities that are in me. For in me now there is the excitement of expectancy. I expect only the good to happen, because you are good, my God. You are the greater self in me, being made manifest in my life. I now have the ability to respond to you and to my life in new, creative, expanding, and exciting ways. I am grateful for my life, for all of the good in my life, for its many lessons and the growth that I have received from them, my many blessings, my loved ones, and for all of the opportunities and possibilities that are mine. I say thank you, God. Thank you, thank you. Amen. And now let us join together as we sing and pray the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Rose and flows and angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way that you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave him laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say that I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all.
Greetings, greetings. So happy to be here with you today. It's one of my powerful reflections and contemplations encourages me to continue to look at what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing and what's the potential for me, what's the possibility for me if I look at what I'm doing, contemplate, is this true and honest, sane and sensible action, and then begin again. So in this time that we're in, as we proceed into this, I'll offer 8 quits. Potential things that we may can quit or do less of. And I know quitting for me, I've made many attempts to quit these things, to quit. And it's not a tick box exercise. Did I just quit? No. Did I attempt to quit? Yes. And it's a direction to go in, not a checkbox exercise. So these are from emotional, healthy spirituality, emotionally healthy spirituality, and referencing an author named Jerry, Geri Scazzaro, Scazzero, Jerry Scazzaro. And they have a very powerful interfaith and interdenominational ministry up in New York and have been at this for a long time. And I have adapted these based on my own integrations of them. So the first one is in the 8 quits or 8 do less ofs. 8, this is what I'm giving up for Lent. Whatever you want to call it. This is what I'm going to attempt to give up for Lent. This is the direction I'm going to go into during this spring renewal, rejuvenation, resurrection period of my own life and see what's possible as a result of it. And to contact me at any time with your comments, questions, dialogue, discussions, um, friendly civil debates, marthacreek.com. Number 1, quit being so afraid of what others think about me. Quit being so afraid of what others think about me. So they're going to think everything under the sun about me. They're going to think I'm kind, that I'm unkind, that I'm respectful at times, that I've been disrespectful at times. They're going to think I'm successful and all that in a bowl of biscuits. And they're going to think I'm not all that in a bowl of biscuits. They're going to think, oh, she's my cup of tea. And they're going to think she is not my cup of tea. And get a sense of what it would be like to allow all that polarity of thinking, all that spectrum of thinking. And it's all right. It's okay that it's there. And what it would be like to be less afraid of it. That instead, so if we're going to do less of that, what are we going to do more of? And that is to anchor my wholeness in the love of God. That my wholeness, my power, my value, my worth, my actions, my integrity is based, anchored, solidly anchored in the wholeness of the love and light and power and presence of God, creator, life, universe, whatever word you give to that. So then I'm going to do less. I'm going to be quitting relying on the approval, the acknowledgement, the support, the appreciation of others for my sense of self-worth. Wow. And I'll leave with each of these 8 quits a question for your own contemplations or meditations. What are the consequences of my dependency on the thoughts of others? Who do I rely on for my sense of self? Who do you rely on for your sense of okayness? Who and why? And what are the consequences? Number 2, quit lying. Now, this one is a whole nother talk for me because of how much fear I have from a little girl of lying and liars. And if I stopped lying so much, which includes quit pretending to be fine when I'm actually not feeling fine. What causes you, this is the reflection part of this, what causes you to pretend life? What causes you to pretend you're fine? So the quit is to quit pretending everything is fine when it is not, and actually do something to make it more fine. Quit pretending everything is fine when it is not, and change whatever I can that would lead me in the direction of it actually being fine or finer. This includes for me truly living a relenting honesty with myself, an unrelenting honesty, and an unrelenting honesty with all the aspects of myself, including my emotional aspects, my spiritual aspects. An unrelenting honesty with myself and all the parts of me, with God, and yes, with others. And how many times I've said over the years, when asking people, how are they? How are they? I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. It's like, well, tell your face, because your face has not caught up to how good it is yet. So an unrelenting honesty about it, instead of I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And one of my friends told me this week, when people say they're fine, it is short, it's a code word for I'm really frustrated, irritated, neurotic, and enraged, or something like that. Whatever FINE was an acronym for I'm everything but fine. So quit lying about that. Number 3, quit dying, depleting yourself, whatever dying would mean for you. Quit dying, depleting yourself toward the wrong things. Quit dying to things that drain off your energy. Stop leaking off your energy for things you actually do not care about, that are not integral for you, that actually don't interest you anymore. Instead, quit dying, having your spirit die and your creativity die to things that are simply distractions or addictions, anything that's a drain. To wake up then during this time to quit letting our vital life force and energy be drained off in that way, which is in some way dying. It's a dying off of our spirit. It's a dying off of our faith, a dying off of our spiritual practice. So to stop doing that. So then questions for reflection include, what actually brings you life? What makes your tail wag? Do more of that. What distracts you? What is a distraction? What do you go to that takes you away from your goals because it's habitual? So what's actually a distraction? What drains you? Who and what is it that drains you? When you leave them, you actually feel worse instead of better. Or what action are you in? It could be too much time scrolling through social media, or watching news, or making myself read a book I really don't want to read because I started the book and now I've got to finish it, versus I don't have to finish this book. Like, just because I started it doesn't mean I'm going to finish it. Like, it's not making my tail wag. I'm not uplifted by it. So to receive the many gifts that God has provided to us, through us, as us, to nurture those gifts instead. Nurturing those gifts that are innate in us that would actually delight us, lighten us up, dial up our luminosity. Number 4, quit denying that you have anger, sadness, that you have fear. These are part of our humanness. There's nobody that's immune from these things. So to quit denying that we have them, to embrace our God-given humanity, that we are divine and humanness in that divinity, and start to pay some attention to, care for, and nurture, go toward with some understanding, difficult emotions, and discerning then through our spiritual practices how God's presence is here for us, even in these difficulties, even in the anger, even in the sadness, even in the fear, that God's presence is ever abiding and is present in them and comes through them to us. That these are also ways to use the presence of God in times like this. That God is also using these emotions to reach us, to remind us, to awaken us. So Quit ignoring feelings, quit suppressing, depressing, denying feelings for our own sake. And the contemplation question is, what feelings do you commonly disregard or deny? What feelings do you disown or judge as negative and then won't allow them to be part of your spiritual practice? Communion. Number 5 is quit blaming. Now, if you only do one of these, and this one's the one, it'll absolutely change your life experience. And from my own direct experience, I know this in certainty to be true, which includes expecting, and accepting that others are going to blame us. Of course. So this is a big shifting out of this, oh my God, OMG, can you believe they blamed me? To, of course they blamed me. Of course, that's what human beings do. So go over to YouTube when you can and search Brene Brown, Brene, Brene Brown blaming, and see the psychological effects of this, the psychological causes of this, and how much this runs in our humanness. It's humorous. It's less than 10 minutes. Brene Brown on blaming. So instead of giving away my God-given personal freedom and power to accept that others will blame me, and for me to be the one that stops blaming as much, quits blaming others. So then I take responsibility for my own emotions, my own thoughts, my own consciousness, my own soul's evolution, and allow people to do whatever in the world they've got to do and hold me responsible for it, so they can hold me responsible for it without me taking the responsibility for it sometimes. So who do you blame? Who gets the brunt of your blaming? What's it like when others blame you? That's a reason to do less of it, just because of how it feels when it's done unto me. Who primarily blames you? And what are they blaming you for? And what is the impact of your displacing blame? And what's the impact of you taking their blame or taking blame for them? Number 6 is quit over functioning. Now, this is a term that's used in healthy congregational work. It's also a term used in family systems, psychological, therapeutic work for those of us that take on responsibility for things we're not actually responsible for. So in a 12-step arena, it would be called codependency. So quit some of the codependency. That means that I quit doing for others what they can actually do for themselves. Or I'm going to do less for others when it's clear they can actually do this for themselves. They're just not doing it for themselves. It also means quit trying to control other people. Everybody breathe. I cannot control others. Dang it. I cannot control situations at times. So at times I have power, and at times I am powerless. Reality. So when I have power, I'll use it. I'll change everything I can to make it more sane and sensible for me, more reasonable to me, more better in my mind. And at times I'll be powerless to change any of it. The contemplation question is, who do you do for? And why are you doing for them? What's driving this? Sometimes it's the need to be needed. Sometimes because we know what's best for them. We know how they ought to be doing it. What are the consequences of your overdoing? And this one happens to be reciprocal. So the more I continue this overdoing, the more I continue this overfunctioning, the more they underfunction. So the more I do, the less they do. So it's a mad cycle of this. Not to mention, the more I do and do and do, as I get more burned out and frustrated and irritated and tired, the more likely I am to get resentful, hateful, stubborn, sensitive, slow to recover. So, real consequences for everybody. Number 7 is quit faulty thinking. Faulty thinking. What are some examples of faulty thinking for you? People should be kind. People better respect me. This kind of faulty thinking opposes reality. Traffic should flow. So every time traffic doesn't flow, I've got grounds to be irritated again. So instead, to choose to live in reality, awake and aware, and more accepting of reality on reality's terms. To live in a actual based, reality based thinking instead of a distorted thinking, a faulty thinking, a fantasy thinking. It also includes quit making assumptions that leave us powerless, and quit making assumptions and interpretations that leave us in unnecessary pain. Faulty thinking. So I invited somebody to lunch. They said no, period. There's no pain in that. And the pain is in me interpreting that. They don't value me. They don't respect me after all I've done for them. So hi ho, off to hell I go. Back into pain, or that was faulty thinking to interpret their simple no, they're not going to join me for a meal, as an example. And the last one is quit living someone else's life. So, who and what pressures you to be something besides who you are? Who pressures you to do it their way? Who pressures you to do what the family always did or to keep traditions? Who pressures you? Who wants for you what they want for themselves? That's the contemplation questions. So instead, what I can do instead is I quit living someone else's life, or quit attempting to live someone else's life, is to take up the opportunity of living my own God-given, unique, unrepeatable life. To wake up to my own God-given gifts and talents and desires, and to cultivate them. And to do less trying to be something God did not design me to be a somebody God didn't design me to be, or to have gifts that God didn't bestow in me. Like, I don't have your gifts. I don't have musical gifts and mechanical gifts and high thinking technical gifts. I don't have gifts that I don't have. You don't have the gifts Martha Creek have. So cultivating the gifts we have versus being mad and frustrated that I didn't get the gifts of somebody else. So one of my favorite Myrtle Fillmore quotes is to take, you have within you the God-given talent, the God-given gifts to create the life you desire. I have that within me. You have that within you. Get at it. Get at it. Blessings and love. MarthaCreek.com to contact me.
You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words in foreign lands, and all will understand. You shall see the face of God and live. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Blessed are your poor, for the kingdom shall be theirs. Blessed are you that weep and mourn, for one day you shall laugh. And if wicked tongues insult and hate you, all because of me, blessed are you. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I and I will give you rest.
We are grateful to the Catholic choir for this beautiful song. And Nancy Ingalls, thank you so much for your beautiful singing this morning. Reverend Martha, that was a powerful, insightful message. We are pleased that each of you could join us for today's service, and we do invite you now to join in our prayer of sharing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we do ask that you support Spiritual Life Center with a donation to this ministry. There are 4 ways to do so. The first is online through our secure website, www.slctroy.com/give. A second way is to mail a check to Spiritual Life Center, 41340 Fox Run Road, number 106, Novi, Michigan, 48377. A third way, you may call my cell, 248-925-6214, and speak directly to me, with me providing credit card information for a one-time charge. A fourth way is go to the weekly email that you receive on Friday morning, and in there you'll see in a couple places, donate here or donate now. We welcome anyone if you're joining us for one of your first times, and we invite you to join our email list by visiting our website, www.slctroy.com. And in the upper right corner, you'll see Join Email List. If you will click on that, insert your name and email address, we will see that you receive the email every Friday in which there is the link to the upcoming service on Sunday, as well as the link to any upcoming class. If you have a prayer request, send these to ronaldfscott@gmail.com. And we will forward these to our powerful prayer team that is delighted to support you. Next Sunday, on St. Patrick's Day, I will share how he can be an example for each one of us. Reverend Martha's class is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the 4th Tuesdays of March, and if you experienced her class this past week, you know how special it is. It's a class on holy moments. And you are welcome to join it live by using the link that is in the Friday email, or you may tune in afterward on our YouTube channel, SLC Troy. Moving through this special time of Lent, we are approaching Palm Sunday, just 2 weeks from today, leading up to Holy Week and the sacred experience of Easter. Immediately following the end of today's service, everyone is invited to join us on Zoom for a time of social connection. The link was in your Friday email. But first, let's join together in our peace song and benediction. God bless.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace Please begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now as you go forth, know that the light of God surrounds you, the love of God enfolds you.
The Lord bless thee and keep thee.
The power of God protects you.
The Lord make his face to shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee.
The presence of God watches over you.
The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and grant thee peace.
Wherever you are, God is.
Amen. Amen.
Go your way rejoicing. All is truly well.